Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Robbie with me. We've just beaten Sheffield United 5-0 at the Emirates. Listen, we might as well go to it. Hat-trick hero, Eddie. Man of his saying, give him flowers, you've seen people giving him weeds.
Turkish.
Oh, yeah.
Turkish. I sent him I was in the ground, right? I sent him a text with eye emojis. Right, eye emojis, and then after the game, he sent his back. He said laughing emojis. So yeah, but
he was on him the whole game. He was on him the well. Him and Lauren were going back and forth. Yeah, well, obviously until the obviously got his score, his catch trick, the last one.
He was absolutely brilliant today. All 3 goals were of the highest quality. I mean, the second goal, it's a nice finish. You know what I mean, he rifles it into the corner. But the first one, the ball's fired into him by I think it was Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Brilliant touch, which is sometimes something I criticise him for. But brilliant touch, turn back, ball. That unlocks the game.
Yeah.
Up until then, Sheffield United got everybody behind the ball. That isn't in the first goal in games like this is so important. That unlocks the game. Gets the second goal and then the third goal. Oh my God!
Days.
For all those people who always just say he's a tapping merchant, can't score from outside the box, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I was waiting. Probably if he'd have scored a hat-trick of tappings today, people would be like, "Oh, you're all tappings though." But you know what I mean? Right?
They're going to say it's Sheffield United though. Calm down. They're going to say
it doesn't matter if it's Sheffield. All right, let me give you an example why you should never ever use that. Oh, he's only Sheffield United, right? Man United just about beat Sheffield United last week. Yeah, right. Right. Man City. I think it was. Listen, they had loads of chances.
Yep.
But they didn't score them, did they? Until near the end, they beat Sheffield. I think it was 2-1, or it was a close enough game, right? Tottenham game, last minute winner.
Yeah, last minute.
Remember they were jumping up and down like they won the Champions League at White Hart Lane or whatever they call that stadium now, right? After they scored that goal. So this narrative of it's only Sheffield United. Yes, Sheffield United were poor. Yes, we're supposed to beat them. But in these games, you need to unlock these teams. And he unlocked it with a brilliant goal, and then he scored a great hat-trick. And I was so happy for him because he gets a lot of unnecessary stick. Listen, he's not the number 1 striker at Arsenal. Right. For me, that's Jesus.
Right.
Jesus is our best striker. If Jesus is fit,
he plays.
And it's Man City we're playing, Jesus starts for me.
What happens if it's next week Newcastle? Right. It's not going to be that. What happens if he is available? Would you put Jesus there? It's a hard thing because he's come off like a hat-trick.
When somebody scored a hat-trick, you'd have a serious thing to think about, innit? You'd be thinking, boy, do I put him in for this game? But for me, Jesus is our number 1 striker. Right. And yes, I do agree with some of the people I spoke with today who say, you know, in January go and get Ivan Toney. I'll get Ivan Toney because I want to add quality.
Yeah.
But it doesn't diminish from the fact that I think Eddie Nketiah is a quality striker. I can see why Crystal Palace were trying to buy him when I see them playing against Tottenham yesterday and they get chances and they can't put none of them away. He's a very good striker, you know what I mean? So, and a lot of the stats that get thrown around about him, he doesn't start every game.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to work off of those stats. But all I know is that last season he was called upon a lot of times to come in for Jesus and he did brilliantly.
Yeah.
And again today he's come in for Jesus and he's done brilliantly again. So he deserves his flowers.
He does. And he mentioned that. He said, give me a run of games and I'll prove to you lot. And you're right, every time
and I love his confidence, man. That's another thing I love about him, you know what I mean?
He's doing a celebration.
I know me and you had the thing about the 14 shirt. And then, to me, it's numbers, right? I know, obviously, Tyrion wore that shirt. Took a lot of confidence to say I'm taking that shirt because he knows he's going to get stick about it.
100%.
He knows people are going to be like, "Yeah, what are you doing taking that shirt? That's the greatest striker of all time at our club. You're taking that shirt." But I love his confidence, man. Yeah. He's confident, and I was so happy for him today. That was a fantastic hat-trick.
It was. And Kelechi did mention other players have other big shirts, like Emil Smith-Rowe 10, and people aren't keeping the same energy. So it's a good point as well there. But let's talk about some other players here because. The headlines will be Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah.
He stole the show today. But, you know, other players got their chance today, Robbie. I want to kind of get your thoughts on anyone else that kind of stood out for you. And on top of that, like, you saw the Zinchenko come back in, played superb today, by the way.
Zinchenko was...
But Tomiyasu come in and scored, so that's another headache.
Yeah, Zinchenko was excellent today. I think in these type of games where teams are going to sit really, really deep, which we knew Sheffield United were going to do, they're made for Zinchenko. He comes in, he gets involved in the middle of the park. He was almost playing like a midfield player today. Right? And James will be looking at me thinking, he didn't start as a midfielder, but he was like playing as a midfielder today. He was superb. Declan Rice again today, excellent. It was his assist for the first goal. You know, Martinelli was a constant threat. You know, all around the team played well today. I wanted to see more from Havertz, though. I still want to see more. He needs to take. There was a gentleman who said it earlier when I was interviewing him, and he's right. Do what Eddie's doing. Be confident in your play, man. You know what I mean? You've got the ability. You know what I mean? There was a few little nice moments from Havertz, but I want to see more than nice moments. You've got ability. I need to see a bit more. But all in all round, I thought Trossard, when he came on as well, looked really good.
Started confident as well. You can see him doing tricks.
Running up players, taking them on. So it was a real good performance. But I think it's been a good week for Arsenal. You know what I mean? 2-0 down last week weren't what we wanted. We wanted to win that game, but great comeback at Stamford Bridge. Go to a really difficult place like Sevilla, win that game. Very, very good performance. And then 5-0 today. I mean, you know, off the back of playing on Tuesday night.
Okay, let's just kind of finish up on then. For you as a fan, with like the rhythm of Arsenal, are you starting to see it, or you taking into context that it is Sheffield United, or are you saying, you know, it's at home? I've questioned our performances at home. It's a clean sheet here, 5 goals. I know it is Sheffield United, but it was a very good performance from the boys in the end today.
Very good performance. Listen, there's different games in the Premier League. You know what I mean? We saw the last game against Man City. You can't play against Man City like how we played against Sheffield United, because it's a completely different game. So maybe there wasn't a fluency in that game, but we got the result. What I like about Arsenal at the moment is that we're getting results.
Right.
We haven't been at our fluent best. Today was one of the better performances. Sevilla, I thought we were fluent.
Very good.
You know, but then we had Chelsea last week. We were a little bit off, but we still didn't look. That's what I like about Arsenal at the moment. We're still not losing those games. We're still unbeaten. You know, despite how well Tottenham have done, their best start. I see all the stats, what they're saying. We're just still behind them. Yeah. And, you know, and I think there's still better to come from Arsenal. We've been weathering a lot of injuries. There's been when was the last time Thomas Partey played a full game? A full game. I'm not on about like coming on for 10 minutes.
I honestly could not tell you.
We've not even seen that midfield partnership of, say, him and Declan Rice. We haven't seen that yet, right? You know what I mean? Jesus is out now, but Eddie comes in and scores a hat-trick. That's what I like. You know what I mean? We're weathering that storm. We're weathering those injuries. I'm not sure if Maddison and Son was out for them, if they'd be able to do the same thing. So Basuma, or even some of the other teams, you know what I mean, if you know, that are up there, if they're missing key players, some of the key players, I think obviously City can do it.
Well, they're missing, you say they're missing De Bruyne and Rodri, and you can see it's impacting them.
Yeah, but they can do it. They're still up there. But I think we're performing well, and I think there's better to come. So, like as I said, a guy said earlier, we're growing into the season, and maybe that's better than
what happened
last year, where we hit it like a train.
Yeah.
And then fizzled out at the end. Maybe it's growing in, but yeah, great by Eddie today. And the player that's really impressing me at the moment in an Arsenal shirt is Declan Rice.
I know.
I mean,
he's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering what Mikel Arteta will do on Wednesday night in that Carabao Cup game.
Yeah, because they're saying he'll probably be rested. They are saying he'll probably be rested because Jorginho in there will come because he didn't play.
Yeah, and I think
it'd be a shame.
I think I would rest him as well.
Would you? It'd be a shame.
That game against Newcastle, big game, followed by Sevilla at home. That's a big game, man. I mean, Carabao Cup. Listen, I want to win the Carabao Cup. I want to do well, but to me, the Newcastle game at the weekend, that's a bigger game for me. Declan Rice, we need him fit, man. He's really driving force at the moment.
Yeah, well, let's hope Arteta makes the right decision on that, because we're going to need him. But listen, big up, Robbie. Thank you very much.